How's it going there, folks? This is Quinn, that's Snazzy iPhone Guy, and this is the video review of iSWiFTER for iPad. Now, this was brought to my attention by Brian Sweet at techera.com. He puts out great content, so be sure to check him out in the links below. But what iSWiFTER enables you to do is view full unleaded flash on your iPad. Now, there are some quirks around it, and it does certainly have its shortcomings, which we'll talk about shortly. But this is a free application in the App Store, well, at least free to download. You get a 30-minute free trial, and then you need to make a one-time $5 in-app purchase. So this $5 app will give you the full unleaded web, and I'm going to talk about the difference between, for example, Skyfire, because I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, well, I already have a Flash browser on my iPad. No, you don't really. What Skyfire does is it's actually running a browser. This is a browser that's running on my iPad. And when I come across Flash content, actually just Flash video, what happens is I'm required to, well, say, okay, this is Flash video, and Skyfire says, hey, let us encode it for you, and then we'll send it back to you in a format that you can read. So what's happening is I come across Flash content, Skyfire goes, oh, this is Flash content, it re-encodes it to MP4 or .mov, a codec that the iPad can read, and sends it back. Now, the problem with this is it doesn't allow for scrubbing very well. You have a lot of buffering time, which is quite annoying, and it just isn't that fluid. Now, what iSWiFTER does is it actually runs basically a VPN, a virtual private network, a virtual version of Firefox on iSWiFTER servers. So what happens here, let's go to youtube.com, just so I can demonstrate this for you. You're not actually running a browser. This is just a window or a VPN engine so that you can use YouTube, which is running on a virtual Firefox, which is running on their servers. So it's certainly kind of, it has its problems. Now, let's talk about it. When we scroll down, as you can see, it's jittery because, again, I'm controlling a computer that's in California. It's not on the device like most browsers are. So you will notice quite a bit of lag. It's rather annoying. Zooming in is pretty slow. And so it just isn't the best solution out there. You know, it's pretty miserably bad. Now, let me just give you a background. We pay for the fastest internet we can get in my house. We get about 28 megabits a second down and about 10 megabits a second up. Now, I know a few of you are laughing, saying that's so slow. It's mostly you international folks. But my Wi-Fi speeds are fast, considering that it's coming from a residential house. Now, at the university, this app runs like money. It's super, super fast. But for me, at home, near my router, this is how the performance is. It's really laggy, really glitchy. And just to say, we pay for more speedy internet than pretty much anyone in the country. There are residencies that get faster Wi-Fi, but really we have some pretty fast Wi-Fi. So most households, even most techie households, have a slower internet connection than I do, which means this lagginess and this glitchiness is going to be even greater than what I'm experiencing right here. It's really annoying, and it just isn't the best way to view Flash content. You know, it's the best way on the iPad, but that doesn't really mean it's good. So let's go to 1080p here. All right, 1080p. Let's go to Tron Legacy Trailer 2. All right, so what we do is we can go full screen here. We can interact with Flash. This works, you know, everything's fine. We can go to, let's go to 720p, just for the sake of saving my internet connection. We'll go full screen, which just gets this bar out of the way. But this is running on 720p. Now, as you can see, it works. There's a lot of artifacting. There's a lot of little squares that you see, and the frame rate's quite slow. This is just something that you experience. Again, my Wi-Fi is pretty fast, but it's still is not as fast as running it on a computer or running it natively like you can on Android tablets and the HP touchpad, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So as you can see, the frame rate is a little bit jerky. It's not bad. It works. It's just not the slickest way of doing things. So you can see it kind of blocked there. The problem with this is, although you can run it, there are a lot of problems with like scrubbing. Like I haven't gotten the scrub bar on the iPad to work. I just cannot get it to work with this virtual version of Firefox. But again, scrolling is slow. It's a real big pain. One thing that's certainly worth noting, and is a big downer for me, like Hulu.com, for example. Of course, since you're running a virtual private network, you are using web-based proxies and IP scatters. So Hulu refuses to work. It says, hey, we see you're using IP-based proxies, thusly we cannot stream this video feed to you. which really sucks because you pay $5 for a Flash browser and you can't even stream Hulu. But most Flash content does work. It's really slow, like I stated. You get this kind of jittery kind of feeling. So if you absolutely need to view Flash content, I do believe that iSWiFTER is the best way of doing that. It's better than Skyfire. It's better than other applications out there, but it doesn't mean it's good. There's still a lot of things that are lacking. It's really slow most of the time, and using it over 3G is a complete joke. And I wish Apple would finally just give in and run it natively. Like, I have my touchpad right here. Let me just show you. Let's go back. This is the same Tron Legacy video, and Flash is running natively on the HP touchpad. Now, you're probably laughing at me saying you have an HP touchpad. Yes, it's now defunct. I'm aware of that. It's not worth really anything anymore. I got it for $99 at the fire sale, but as you can see, I am running 720p video natively on my touchpad. It's a lot smoother. Things work a lot better. It needs time to buffer. Sorry. Trying to say, oh, look how slick it is. Now I buffer times. We can just drag this slider back and we'll start over. But as you can see, the frame rate here is much greater. There's not any digitization or pixelization. It runs a lot more smoothly. And although you do have to wait for it to buffer, which is being incredibly slow, I don't know why, it just is, it's a better solution than running a VPN, which obviously makes sense. And I'm sure no one's surprised that Flash performance on the touchpad is greater than that of the iPad. But you do have to keep in mind that, well, I still am streaming 720p video. I still need a fast connection for it to work on the touchpad. And so Flash really isn't good at all. I mean, it's not good for tablets in general. Even tablets that run Flash well, such as the touchpad, still aren't good. We have this very, very long buffering time, especially since there's data consumption caps on devices like the touchpad and like Android devices. So as you can see, it's smoother here. It's better than it was on the iPad, but I do have to wait. There are some downsides to every Flash running tablet, and it's really not good on any of them. It works, it's fine, but I still don't prefer it to running Flash on the computer, and I can't wait till the day when we don't need to worry about Flash, because Flash still isn't good. It never will be good, I can't imagine, and it's a real big problem for really any tablet. So in final summation, iSWiFTER works. It's not really that great. If you have to have Flash on your iPad, iSWiFTER is the solution. But I would surely hope that you don't need Flash on your iPad, because iSWiFTER on the iPad is a complete eyesore, as is on every tablet. Flash just needs to go away. And I guess that's the final summation of my video. But if you do need Flash on your iPad, iSWiFTER is plain and simple the best solution. Best solution doesn't mean it's really all that good, though. And I'll quit dwelling on that note. And as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks. This video is brought to you by Roku, Netflix, Hulu, music, live sports, Angry Birds, and a whole lot more. All on your TV for just $60. So much fun for so little. Visit TreadedUS/Roku to learn more.